Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about and showing you how to prick out your young seedlings. So I know it's a silly name, but it's the name that we use here in the UK commercial industry, unless of course you're an American. Then we're going to be talking about how to transplant your seedlings, which is a far more sensible word. Anyway, before we start, I need to talk to you about cotyledons. So all of the plant species are split into two groups. The first group, although not in any particular order, is the monocotyledons, and the second group is your dicotyledons. Now both of those are generally shortened to monocots or dicots. And a dicot, when that seedling emerges from the ground and it puts out those first two leaves, they have two, which is where you've got di, and a monocotyledon, when that first leaf emerges, you just get one leaf. Back in my lovely chair. Anyway, the word cotyledon is from the Latin meaning cup or cup shape, and refers to the shape of the first embryonic leaves that emerge from the leaves of the dicots. It doesn't really refer to the monocots. I mean, they are sort of cup, but they're not a cup. You know what I mean, I'm going to show you. Right, so we know the differences. Let's go and have a look at some, and then we can move on to the best way to prick them out. So your monocot group of plants include families such as your orchids, grasses, palms, and when the first leaf emerges, it's just one. It's just this one here, and that's your monocot leaf. That's rounded, and your true leaves, which are your subsequent leaves on these. These are sweet corn here, old ones, which is why hardly any have germinated. But there you go, still managed to get some to grow. But there you go. That's your monocot leaf there. And we've got some giant sunflowers here, and these are obviously dicots because you've got two embryonic leaves coming out, and you can see more of that sort of cup shape that the word cotyledon refers to. Look at that little sunflower tops there, and if you see here, look at the size of that, and that, even though that is absolutely massive, that there coming out, that's a Ricinus communis. Look at the size of that thing. It's still cotyledon. On this dicotyledon plant, but look at the size of that leaf, absolutely huge. And you'll notice that I tend to use modular seed trays, because when you use modular seed trays, you don't need to prick out, because it's got its own compartment to create its own root ball, so you're not having to pull them apart from each other as you would do in pricking out. Yeah, nice healthy root ball. Now, don't say I don't do nothing for you, because I've gone into the future 3 days just to show how big these cotyledons are on these Ricinus. Yeah, I might have gone a bit too cockney there. Get out my pub, you slag. Okay, so now we come to the reason why I've been blathering on about cotyledons for the past few minutes. Now you see here I've sown some African marigolds or Mexican marigolds in a regular, well, it's a half-size seed tray, but it's a regular old school kind of seed tray that I don't normally use, but I've done it for this purpose. So I've sowed a selection of these, and they're everywhere. And now they're starting to get to a size where they need to come out of this compost, because they'll all be competing with each other. The compost will be drying out really quickly, and I need to get them on into individual pots. Now, when you're pricking these out, you need to hold them by the cotyledon leaf, like this one here. You do not hold them by the true leaves. You do not hold them by the stem, because of risk of damage to the stem, risk of damage to these new leaves. So it's a cotyledon that we hold on to when pricking out. Right, so now you know that. That's the important bit. We can start with the actual transplanting. Right, so you just need to choose yourself a nice healthy plant, nice big healthy plant. That one now do. And hold the cotyledon, gently break apart. Oh, the compost is so crap. Gently break apart the soil below it, so as not to disturb the root system, or try to disturb it as little as you possibly can. And hopefully it will lift out. Look at that. Right, so you're always going to get some sort of damage or movement or breakage of some of the smaller leaves, but they are really robust when they're this small and will transplant quite well. But it does delay them from moving on, which is why I prefer to use the modular seed trays, because then there's no delay moving on. Right, so now we've got this. I'm going to put this into a pot. Ooh, try not to do that. Don't pick it up by the stem. Right, make sure your pot's already pre-filled. I need quite a big hole there. Right, so you notice I'm not messing about with the roots. I'm sick of people or seeing people messing about with roots on YouTube videos. You don't do it. In fact, it was Charles Darwin himself who postulated that the roots of a plant are akin to its brain. I'm not going to argue with him. Right, now all I need to do with that is water, put it in the greenhouse to grow on a bit further. Hold on a minute. I've got something important to say. If you've enjoyed this video or just find some of the information in it useful to you, then consider clicking on the like button. That way it makes it a lot easier for YouTube to find other people who want to find that information. Anyway, no further ado, let's continue finding out what old Boyle Butt has to say. So now it's in the greenhouse. It will stay in here for about 2-3 weeks while those roots establish in those pots, because there's no point taking them out and planting them in their final position unless the root ball is intact with the roots holding it all together. Regarding overheating, make sure your greenhouses are well ventilated. Keep the doors open, keep the windows open during periods of hot weather. And regarding watering, you may need to water twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, to mitigate high temperatures, because when the plants are hot, especially in the greenhouse, they will use a lot of water to try and cool themselves down. And once they are ready to come out, make sure they're hardened off over a period of 10 days, 2 weeks, so that they get used to the sun to prevent scorching the seedlings. It's one of the most common problems of seedlings dying is scorch on them by putting them out in full sun once they've been in the greenhouse. And there you go, that is how you, or at least I, prick out, don't laugh, you're being childish, prick out or transplant your seedlings. But if you've got any other great tips or a different way or a better way of pricking out your seedlings, and making me laugh now, then let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Just put that in the comments section. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Get out my pub, you slag. Well, if you enjoyed that, we've got plenty more videos for you to look at. Just have a quick search into our video library. Otherwise, you can check on this one here. And if that's not your cup of tea, try that one there. Enjoy these while I've still got the energy to do them.